Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we begin by taking a look at weather with Thomas Patrick.
Well, today's looking exceptional outside. It's been sunny all day long so far. Really, since the moment of sunrise at 7:19, it's just been blue skies overhead. That sunshine is working its magic, what it can for late October. High temperatures will easily get into the 60s today, which feels incredible outside. And if you're in the direct sunlight, even better than that. Wonderful stuff, and it likely stays that way for the rest of the week. Basically, if it's dry, it's going to stay like this weather pattern. But the end is in sight here. Rain chances start picking up Friday evening, and they're really high over the weekend. The storm system that will be responsible for this is massive. It's almost encompassing the entirety of the North Pacific right now. So that first cold front will hit Friday evening and just unlock all the rest of the rain chances for the remainder of the weekend. So the temperature difference is going to be quite severe. From the 60s today, by Sunday, it's going to be in the 40s. Snow levels will start dropping below 4,000 feet as well. So plenty of rain. Honestly, expect it to rain all weekend long. Though coming up and give you more precise details as to the time frame of the heaviest rain for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and how much to expect overall. Those details coming up in a few minutes.
We do have breaking news coming into the KREM 2 newsroom. One person has life-threatening injuries after a vehicle hit a pedestrian at the intersection of East Indiana Avenue and North Columbus Street. Witnesses on scene say it looks like an Avista truck hit the pedestrian, but again, those are coming from witnesses. We are reaching out to Avista for more information. The roadway is still closed right now for that investigation, and of course, this is a developing story. We'll keep you updated throughout the day. Also, westbound I-90 near Cle Elum is still closed this afternoon. This after last night a semi with an oversized load slammed into an overpass on I-90, shutting down traffic for hours. So take a look at this photo. This came from State Patrol showing the damage and debris scattered across the highway. I'm trying to take a look at that there, and you can see just how badly it's damaged on the overpass there. Westbound I-90 at Bullfrog Road is closed right now. Drivers are being rerouted off exit 80. There is no word yet on how long it will take to reopen the interstate. So if you are headed that way, do expect some major delays, and you can certainly depend on us to let you know when the interstate reopens and what's happening. Spokane Community-Oriented Policing Services, also known as COPS, is asking for help with funding and support. KREM 2's Regan Gallo spoke with the new chairman of the COPS board to learn how the organization is now restructuring.
Well, the organization COPS says since cutting ties with the City of Spokane, they're working off a bare bones budget, but still remain active. Now the organization is asking for community funding to ramp up staffing and programs.
We have 8 shops throughout the city, located in virtually every corner. And so people have learned that they can come into the COP shops and talk to a volunteer. Some people are afraid to talk to the police for whatever reason, but they're not afraid to talk to a neighbor.
The new chairman of the COPS board, Jim Wilson, tells me COPS is operating with a budget of about $120,000. He says now that the partnership with the City of Spokane has ended, which used to fund about $500,000 of COPS operations, they hope to raise up to $250,000 to scale up programs. Wilson says Neighborhood Patrol, Block Watch, and Paws on Patrol are all programs that are running, but they want to expand the reach of these programs. Programs that are no longer in operation, but COPS says they want to bring back are crime prevention protocols for churches, businesses, and similar organizations, as well as a fingerprinting program that people could use after a crime took place on their property. Right now, he says location hours are extremely limited. Wilson added, since he has started his position, he has been able to cut down on administrative costs. Wilson emphasizes the vital role of COPS presence and volunteers, highlighting the need for new funding to support their efforts.
Make it so that the community deals with each other in an uplifting way, not a negative way. We don't need people dying in the streets. We don't need crime. We don't need shootings. We want to get together as real community. And I think that's where the volunteers are coming from.
And to kick off that community fundraising, chairman of the COPS board, Jim Wilson, tells me a fundraiser will be happening on October 28th at all Spokane Red Robins. He tells me to just mention COPS to the serving staff. I'm reporting in North Spokane, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
Coming in new today, Washington Attorney General Nick Brown is joining 21 other states supporting Planned Parenthood in a lawsuit against the Trump administration's effort to cut federal Medicaid funding. The defund provision would block funding for services like cancer screenings, birth control, and STD testing, targeting organizations that provide or support abortions. Brown says the move threatens care for more than 1 million people nationwide, including thousands here in Washington state, where Planned Parenthood provides nearly 60% of reproductive health care for Medicaid patients. A federal court has temporarily blocked the policy, and the case is now headed to the Court of Appeals. So let's take a look at your screen here. Spokane Valley Police, they really need help figuring out who this man is. They say he robbed a 7-Eleven Monday morning. Deputies responded to a report of an armed robbery just after 2 o'clock in the morning. The man allegedly went into the store, grabbed some items, and approached the counter. He then allegedly walked behind the counter, pulled out a gun, and told the cashier to open the cash register. So if you know who this is, you're asked to call Spokane Valley PD. He is a white man between 30 and 40 years old and looks to have a tattoo on his right cheek. So take a look at this, a big mess in North Idaho, and thousands of fish are dead. Idaho Fish and Game says one of its hatchery trucks rolled over on Highway 8 near Beauville last week. The driver, a Fish and Game employee, luckily was not seriously hurt after losing control of the truck. The tanker was carrying about 3,000 rainbow trout headed for Elk Creek Reservoir. All of the trout died in the crash. Fish and Game officials say they will adjust stocking plans to make sure the reservoir still gets new fish this fall. Happening tonight, the Adams County Fire District is hosting a public meeting to share some information about the fire levy on the November ballot. The meeting is going to be at 6 o'clock at the station off Broadway in Othello. The goal of the meeting is to get some answers for questions that the community may have and to let the community know why they need the money. So if you can't make tonight's meeting, there will be another one that is on Saturday morning.